In the introduction, actually, what will be the content? In the introduction is very important aspect to getting interest into the subject. The readers will read the introduction. Then if they feel they have a problem or issues, they feel motivation to go to the next stage. Okay, so try to keep the concise sentence into the introduction and use the funnel approach. Use the global aspect at first, then regional aspect, then the local aspect. That means your problem, what actually evidence into the global area. Then you discuss about the regional, your Asian context or Arabian context or African context. Then you go to the your local context like ASEAN or your country context. So like this way you can use the funnel approach to make it as a story telling way. Okay, then explain why this research is important, why actually we conduct the research. You explain the importance of the research, the contribution of the research, theory, data, and methodology. Which methodology you use, you just briefly 2 or 3 lines or one paragraph you just explain into the introduction. Okay, so that will be good shape for the introduction. So here I'm sharing some 10 tips for writing an effective introduction based on the Think Science 2015. At first, rule 1 is start broadly and then narrow down. I already explained that funnel approach. Then rule 2 is state with aims and importance, why this topic is important to do the research. Rule 3 is cite thoroughly but not excessively. Sometimes we do this mistake, cite too much. If you cite too much, it means that your voice is missing. Okay, so you can the Prof. Bijaya also he shared one of the strategy of the writing. Like if we started the author's name at first, then we explain that it shows that this statement is given by this author. So you're losing the point of your own voice. So it's better to use the author's name at the end. Okay, that is some strategy you can follow, and avoid the giving too much citation of one point. Sometimes we think we have the perception that if we give too much citation, it will be more catchy, it will be more valid, but it's wrong. Sometimes I also got this comment from my PD corrections. I cited too much. Okay, my examiners say you did fantastic work, well prepared work, but you use too much citation. So I am doing the corrections to avoid. Then your voice is actually missing there. So try to avoid that. No, if you one paragraph is 1 or 2 citations, that is okay. No need to give too much citation. And clearly state your hypothesis and research question, your objective, your research question. At the end of the introduction, you should mention that so that it will be standalone. What actually the purpose of the article of this. Consider giving an overview of the paper. I also did this practice. At the end of the introduction, you can write 2 or 3 paragraphs that this introduction, this first paragraph, first section is introduction, second paragraph is literature review. We reviewed the literature, this theory we use. So it gives a good overview of the whole article. Okay, it's wrapping your whole paper. Then keep it short. Introduction, show, don't tell. Sometimes we have to give the evidence from the data, from the credible sources like Wikipedia. We should avoid, because Wikipedia we can edit. Okay, so it's not the peer-reviewed things. And another thing is sometimes in our PhD thesis also, master thesis also, we cited the conference paper. So that is a mistake we should avoid. If we have to check the articles first, which is the peer review article. Then if you cannot find, then you go for the conference paper, the working paper, because working paper is still ongoing project. So they are not peer review yet. Okay, but if you don't have any choice, not available, then you can go, because it's not strong. We don't know that conference papers, whether they are verified or not, they are peer reviewed or not. So don't oversight the conference paper. 1 or 2 is okay. But if your main argument is, if you want to establish your main argument, your problem statement, okay, main theme, then we should get from the article, top tier articles, not the Google Scholar articles. You try for the SSCI journals, top journals, Q1, Q2, they are credible. Okay, it sometimes the reviewer actually they see the reference list. If your reference have the low tier journals article you cited, then they reject. Okay, because it indicates that your articles, your sentences are not quality. Okay. So we should not do that, and don't bury your readers in details. no need to give so much. This is my problem personally. I use descriptive way, and then my articles quite a bit longer, 15,000 sometimes. Then I feel challenges to reduce. Okay, I always get this request from the editors, so that I have to reduce. So I want to try to give a lot of information. That is a mistake I also did. So you should not give a lot of information. Be concise. Okay, check the journal's requirement, what actually the requirement of the introduction. They give the idea into the author's guideline.